What's good? What's good, y'all? Back with another video, man. They talking about Kobe disrespect has gone too far. I'm personally a fan of Kobe, so let's get into this. See what they chatting about.
You think that Bill Russell has been more consistently great on both ends than LeBron?
For relative to what he did during his era, but his level of greatness, what he had to overcome socially, politically, economically. Yeah, that matters.
You say greatness is your criteria?
Yeah, greatness is my criteria.
What do you think greatness is?
Eat your crackers, man.
I'm just asking.
What the fuck? So somebody sent me this video, and apparently this is the worst top 10 they've ever seen. And the Kobe Bryant disrespect has to stop.
Pin, you ready to drop that list?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Number 1, Michael Jordan. Number 2, I'm a little torn because I went back and forth on this, but I'm gonna go with Bill Russell and let everybody lose their mind. Yep, these guys are done.
Oh boy. Maybe he's one of those people who just like value championships to like a ridiculous degree.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. This is my first time watching this, and we all just had the same reaction hearing that dumb shit. There's no way he just said Bill Russell is 2. Let's continue, bro.
Maybe, I don't know yet, but man, Jesus, this is already starting off pretty bad.
Terrible.
But shout out to Bill Russell, man. Shout out to Bill Russell.
Number 3, LeBron. Number 4, Tim Duncan.
Whoa. I know y'all watched that Team USA game yesterday, bro. He's got Bill Russell over Bron. All right. I be disagreeing when they say MJ is over Bron. I'll argue that. MJ is like that. I'll argue it. Bill Russell is nasty. That's nasty, bro. To feel confident to like spew that out into the world is nasty, bro.
Why does he keep pausing and looking for people's reactions? It's like this, yo.
He rage baiting so deep.
It's like this genuinely just want a reaction. Like you keep like pausing and looking up like, oh my god, they're gonna react to my list. Oh, it's up. Just say the names.
Reason for that's pretty interesting. Number 5, Magic Johnson. Number 6, Kareem. Number 7, Larry Bird. Number 8, Steph Curry. Number 9, Shaquille O'Neal. And the number 10, I could not decide between Dirk, Garnett, and Wilt.
You just want to be different. You just want to say some shit that's different from everybody else so you can come across as intelligent. But you sound so stupid right now. You don't have Hakeem nor Kobe Bryant on your list, on your top 10 list, and you're telling me that Dirk and KG are ahead of Kobe? What the fuck are we talking about right now? What are we even discussing? How is Hakeem also not on this list?
Run your list back from 1 to 10.
Jordan, Bill Russell, LeBron, Tim Duncan, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Larry Bird, Steph Curry,
bro, he not
Shaquille
even,
O'Neal,
bro,
and one
on the bottom.
Either
He not
Dirk
even
Nowitzki,
paying attention.
Kevin Garnett, or Will.
He don't. He already know. He
Sabonis.
just chatting right now.
Bro, no, this nigga is just weird, bro. This nigga's just weird, bro. You're weird. You're just a weird individual, bro. You're weird. You're just trying to be different. This is like these quirky new niggas in the NBA community who just saying stuff, bro. You're just saying stuff.
Yeah.
Arvydas Sabonis, my nigga. Arvydas Sabonis is better than Kobe Bryant. He's greater than Kobe Bryant, nigga. Shut the fuck up.
I don't even know who that is. I'm gonna keep this back.
How can you
no
ever
idea who
track
that is.
Arvydas Sabonis in contrast to what nigga, Sabonis is better than Hakeem and Kobe? Nigga, what? Do you hear yourself? Do you hear how dumb that sounds? You have no idea how great Sabonis was outside of like a fucking 3-minute highlight reel that embellishes who he was within like a 5-year period. Because for those who don't know, bro, Sabonis tore his Achilles like in his early 20s and he was never the same player after that. Every like myth that people talk about Sabonis, it's like a 5-year window. You're taking a 5-year window, a mythology of a nigga you've never seen a full game of over Kobe Bryant or Hakeem Olajuwon. Nigga, you sound so dumb. This is so dumb. This is so idiotic. Maybe. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
It's pretty surreal. You know, here we are many years later, and I'm designing my own collection together with Wilson RF.
Skip this shit. Skip.
What's the criteria for your list?
Greatness. I could put Kobe in that confusing list too, but he would not be at the top of that list for sure.
You say greatness is your criteria?
Yeah, greatness is my criteria.
Greatness is the criteria. He's an idiot. If he's counting greatness in all aspects, because he said that earlier in the vid, we said, oh, he's talking about the political, economic, and all that other like just BS that he's talking about. If he's talking about greatness and it's encompassing all of that other stuff, bro, Kobe has to be top 5. He just has to be, and he has to be higher than Bill Russell. Either Kobe is 3rd or 2nd, and in my opinion, for this list, he wouldn't be 2nd. That would either be LeBron or MJ, and I'm gonna go with LeBron. But Kobe can't be not even on the list, bro. Like, bro, who you know? There's no other player where we shoot and we say Kobe. Like, we're not saying nobody's name. Nobody's saying MJ. Nobody's saying Bron. Respect to Bron. Nobody's saying that, bro. We saying Kobe. Like, Kobe. Like, come on, bro. He really. Nah, bro. We're not doing that. We're not doing that, bro.
What do you think greatness is?
Eat your crackers, man.
I'm just asking.
I mean,
What the fuck? What the fuck? Nigga, he asked you a question and you gave a vague answer. And so because he's trying to figure out how you gave people, you gave a vague answer. It was so vague, you had to ask another question to figure out what it is. When people give vague answers like that, that means they actually just don't know. They actually don't know. It's all very small, minute, very little research that went into it. And so they use a vague terminology like greatness. And then when you ask them to define greatness, they get upset. Nigga, he's asking you a question. You're on a podcast. You're talking for hours at a time. There's a conversation that has to be had, especially when you're saying Sabonis is over Kobe and Hakeem. Are you dumb? Nigga getting upset because somebody asked him about, what is greatness? What is greatness to you? Because you're so fucking, you think you're so smart because you answer with a dumbass vague question. Like, what the fuck? Oh my God.
Greatness is subjective based on how people.
It is totally subjective. It is totally subjective.
Okay, so if you know that greatness is subjective, it's not only me asking you about what you think greatness is.
I think greatness is elevation. I think greatness is space. I think on offense, greatness is how much space you create, and I think on defense, it's how much space you take away. I think it's about impact. I think it's about elevating your teammates. I think it's about being a leader. I think it's about being available. I think it's about being consistent. I think it's about showing up in high pressure moments. Yeah, I think all those things. And you're probably thinking, well, why doesn't he have Kobe higher, right? I think a lot of people probably thinking, why don't I have Kobe higher? Because I've looked through the numbers. I've studied the numbers. I have a stats degree.
Bro.
This nigga is Hey, nigga, he asked you a simple question.
Weak.
You gave the most sassiest answer I have ever heard. I have a stats degree. What does that mean, my nigga? You have a stats degree? What does that mean? Just because you have a stats degree doesn't mean that the way you correlate some stats in contrast to another is going to be the same. You can have some bias behind it, but we just need to know, what do you evaluate higher than something else? Is a very simple question. Why are you that sassy? Because you know you're going to get pushback from that dumbass, bro. Like, you're getting offended because somebody's trying to figure out how you define greatness. And the crazy part about it is, bro, Gifted didn't even ask this man about, Kobe Bryant. He just asked you about your greatness. You're so insecure with the list that you already know people are going to question the concept of why Kobe is below Arvydas Sabonis. You know that already. So now you're so mad and insecure that you just get defensive when somebody asks you just a general question. What is this list composed of? How are you evaluating these players? Nigga said greatness. Then you follow it up by, I think it's space. It's elevation. Nigga, what, you an abstract? You're an abstract major now, nigga? Nigga, goddamn, bro. In all honesty, as of right now, these are like very abstract concepts. I understand some of what he is saying, but like the details behind it just don't make any sense at all. Like, we need very direct and clear-cut understanding of what you're asking about. I don't know why you're getting defensive when you're on a podcast that streams for 3 hours a day and you're sitting here giving us vague answers. Like, what are you talking about right now?
I have looked at the numbers on this, and I don't think that Kobe is in that conversation. And some people talking about him like he's better than LeBron, better than Jordan. He's not. Rest in peace. He's my favorite player growing up. One of my favorite players growing up. But yeah, he didn't touch that.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be as good as Michael Jordan and LeBron. You have him below Arvydas Sabonis. That's how low you have him. You don't have Hakeem up there either. What the fuck are you talking about?
Wait a minute, so you think that Bill Russell has been more consistently great on both ends than LeBron?
Bill Russell?
Yeah.
I think for relative to what he did during his era, which granted, he wasn't playing the same level of competition, granted, but his level of greatness, what he had to overcome socially, politically, economically. That matters.
So you're bringing up off the court. Okay.
Yeah, because that's a part of greatness. You know what? You're not going to tell me that LeBron James being squeaky clean and not having a single controversy in 20 plus years, not part of his greatness?
I don't care about that.
Nah, no cap.
This is the reason why, and I'm fine with. And at the end of the day, bro, you make your own list how you want to. Again, it is subjective, but like when you start bringing in off the court discussions, that goes so deep into subjectivity that you can literally conjure up anything you want to in your mind to value one person over another, right? Like that right there goes deep into it. I highly doubt off court that Dirk had more influence than Kobe has. Matter of fact, not even a doubt. I know for a fact that off the court, Dirk nor Kevin Garnett, and certainly not fucking Arvinas Sabonis, has had more impact off the floor or off the NBA court than Kobe Bryant has. I know that for a fact. But hey, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to claim. Fuck it, who cares, right? But at the end of the day, like this is where like this level of subjectivity goes into like this weird space. But okay, we're getting more details in it. You care about space, how much space is taken up, elevation, and off the court impact. Okay, so those are 4 things. I would very well argue, especially in contrast to Dirk, Kobe excels in those things much more than Dirk. If you want to go crazy analytical on the offensive side of the floor, maybe they're close. I would certainly argue Kobe's a leagues and leaps and bounds better passer and playmaker than Dirk. But okay, fine. But off the court impact, Kobe is like, it's like Jordan, LeBron, and then after that, it's effectively either Kobe or you want to say Bill Russell back in the day, fine. But Kobe, like off the court impact, easily, and I do mean very easily, is like top 5 conversation. So already off the rip, that doesn't explain why Kobe is not in your top 10. Okay, so let's continue though.
And that's fine. That's fine, right? Your list can include that. So that's fine. I don't have an issue with that.
Yeah, that boy 97 saying economically, yes, economically. Go check what NBA players are making in the 60s.
Oh man. This nigga's dumb, bro.
I
thought he meant like economically, like what Bill Russell had to overcome when he was growing up in the 50s, because that makes sense. Like economically, he was at a disadvantage. But saying that Bill Russell, when he was in the NBA, how much NBA players are making in the 60s, are you dumb? Bro, Jesus Christ, bro. This is why I'm saying, like, y'all think that you sound intelligent, but you're actually not. And
this is starting to like, it was a hot take. That was a hot ass take. But like the more he starts talking, the more and more like it becomes an L take. Like he keeps digging a hole for himself and just keeps going further and further in it. Pause. So like, but like there's no objectivity in what he's saying. There's no truth in it. Like there's no ground in what he's actually saying, because none of this stuff that he says makes sense, bro. He's just chatting, bro. He's literally just chatting. Like, I feel like he's just rage baiting. He's trying to get a clip, bro. I mean, we reacting to it, so he got it. He got what he wanted, bro.
Sad is that, unfortunately, sometimes people like this are on a panel full of people who may not quickly be able to understand what they're saying. To believe that Bill Russell had to overcome something economically in the 60s when he was in the NBA, that's dumb. He was making like $70,000 to $100,000, like $50,000 to $100,000 in the 60s. He was in the top like 1% in the United States at that time. The average household in the 60s was making like less than $8,000 or $9,000 on a year-to-year basis. This man was making $50,000, $70,000, $100,000 back then. Right now, if you made $100,000, you would be in like the top 10%. Nigga, he was making it in the 60s as a black man. There was nothing economically he had to overcome once he starts signing NBA contracts. You sound so dense right now. You think you sound smart, but no, bro, you're not smart. Matter of fact, I think there was a point in time where Bill Russell was the highest paid player in the NBA. He was not struggling by any means economically. God damn, you sound dumb. That's why somebody in the comment section called you on it, because you sound dumb.
Yeah.
Number 9, Shaquille O'Neal, and the number 10, I could not decide between Dirk, Garnett, and Wilt.
But hold on, that means he has Kobe at like 14 because he's torn between 3 people at 10, which means they would also be 11 and 12, which means where Kobe. Okay.
So apparently, that clip then goes viral on TikTok, and then he comes back and gives us a little bit more explanation behind his top 10, and it still does not make any sense at all.
Personally, I've made a top 10.
I definitely remember seeing this clip, bro. That clip on TikTok. I just scrolled though, because it's like, he's chatting, bro. I'm not listening to that dumb shit, bro. He's literally just talking. Like he's just yapping, bro. I scrolled
10 list many times. Hakeem is almost always on my top 10 list. I don't know how I left him off this list. I apologize. He is really great. And frankly, I should have him over KG.
Okay. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He forgot Hakeem, but that actually just means that he pushed Kobe even further back because he still has those other players potentially ahead of Kobe. So that doesn't make any sense. But okay. I guess.
But Kobe, for sure. I mean, I should have put Kobe in that conversation for the final, but I said at the end he would not be at the top of that list, and I mean it. That's just where I'm at with it.
Here's the thing, man. Like you talked about, Chamberlain not being in the top 10 is nuts. But okay, KG over Kobe Bryant. Nah, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, Chill being like this mediator between this Kobe Bryant hate doesn't really help because he also doesn't have Kobe in the top 10. And to be fair with y'all, I have Kobe in my top 10. There was definitely moments in my life where I thought it was understandable to have Kobe outside of the top 10. But the more and more you just watch the game, the more and more you understand and comprehend like the concepts that were going on in the 2000s, the triangle concepts, why Kobe wasn't as efficient as like other all-time greats, why you understand like that era of basketball and how things really function at that stretch in NBA history in contrast to everything else. And I'm not saying that anyone on this video or other videos may not comprehend that, but looking at numbers just blindly and comparing them to other all-time greats without putting into context the era in which they play in, the role and responsibility they had, and how impactful they were at those things just really diminishes any argument or legitimacy you may have in any take that you may try to push towards Kobe being outside of your top 10. And again, I'm not going to sit here and make it seem like there was never a point in my life where I didn't, but as time continues to progress, you just be open and honest to more information, and then it restructures my beliefs, and I now have Kobe in my top 5. But Kobe having a shot selection that was heavily predicated on tough twos, mid-range jump shots, not just because maybe you think that Kobe was just a really, really bad shot taker, which to be fair, I think some of that is true, but in large part because the way that the triangle offense is structured, it is structured for the primary focus of the triangle to operate in the low post. Maybe to operate at the elbow a little bit, but the main focus is to be a mid-range volume scorer or a post scorer. That type of basketball has never and will never be the most efficient way to score at all. It's always mid-range and post-ups have always been, especially for guards, have always been the least efficient shot on the floor. So the fact that Kobe was so prolific and dominant at the least efficient shot on the floor that it actually generated space and created opportunities, not only for himself, but for his teammates as well, speaks volumes on who Kobe Bryant is as a player and as a scorer and as an offensive weapon. Like, I just don't comprehend or understand how anybody could ever say that Kevin Garnett or Dirk Nowitzki or Arvydas Sabonis.
I think to get to this level of like slander or rankings and stuff like that, when it comes to like top 10 in the world or top 10 in history in basketball and all that dude is obviously being extremely disingenuous to like the players on the list. That was a crazy list. Like, that was a crazy list. I can't even lie. But yeah, to like get these takes, you have to be like absurdly disingenuous to one or other players while like boosting other players in your mind, in your head, to like levels that they shouldn't even be at for real. In your head. Like, they shouldn't even be there, because in reality, they're really like not. And Kobe is up there, but because you just have whatever biases against him or for other players, bro, you start to be disingenuous. We got to keep things very centered in like truth and objectivity, so we can really so these conversations could be better, bro. Like, that's a crazy take. That's a crazy list, bro. That list is nasty. Brown at third is nasty.
Is somehow greater than Kobe Bryant. And if you're taking into consideration off the court influence, nigga, what are we even discussing right now?
Yeah,
like taking that into consideration makes it even more undeniable that Kobe should be in the top 10. And if you take into consideration winning, bro, Kobe going from 2000 to 2013, effectively making the playoffs every single year in the toughest conference in NBA history, that is winning. Winning 5 championships in that stretch, that is winning. Being able to go up against multiple 50-win teams, I believe the most, outside of maybe Duncan, the most 50-win teams that any other player in NBA history has ever had to match up against in the playoffs, that is Kobe Bryant. That is impact. That's going up against a challenging road and you still making it to the finals and winning. And people love to like restructured the concept of how great that late 2000s a Laker team was. And I love that team. I grew up watching that team, my favorite team of all time. But like, bro, after like Powell and Lamar Odom, there were several teams that were just completely more talented than that roster. And everybody loves to talk about Andrew Bynum. Andrew Bynum did not become a dominant force or a consistently contributing force until post 2010, because in 2008, bro, that man didn't even play in the playoffs. 2009, I dare you to go look up what he was producing. A lot of times he couldn't even stay on the floor because he used to foul a lot and he used to really hurt our defense. And then in 2010, he played a little bit more minutes and he was very, very favorable for what we were doing. But Lamar Odom was receiving more minutes than him throughout that entire run. Powell was basically playing the 5 and Lamar Odom was playing the 4. Like, that's what they were doing. And Kobe's on the perimeter with Derek Fisher, who was inconsistent with his 3-point shot. And after a reason, they brought in Ron Artest, who throughout the entire 2010 playoffs could not buy a basket from behind the arc. It was actually pretty sad how bad Ron Artest was shooting threes at that time. So like the idea of like that team and the way it was structured, it was a really good team. But a lot of that was off of the excellence of Kobe and Pau Gasol, with Lamar Odom bringing in a dynamic that not too many teams at that time could really match up with. But trust me when I say a lot of that came to the fact that Kobe had to go out there, manipulate defenses with shots that were not efficient, but he was so prolific at it that teams were still sending doubles his way. And that's how they were winning ball games. That's how. But bro, at the end of the day, people have their own opinions. I just debate why and how.
Hey man, great video by Low and all that stuff. Like he said, everybody does have their own opinion. Feel like we just gotta stop being disingenuous to certain things. So like, comment, and yeah, let me definitely comment. Let me know down in the comments what y'all top 10 is. Make sure y'all subscribe to it. About to drop another video soon, coming soon. So stay tuned in. Post notifications, turn those on too.